All right, so how about some Yankees news? A couple of pieces. Roster news and Juan Soto news. They both have teeth, and they both matter. So, before we go any further, this news is going to keep coming out. Whether it's Soto or other players, and particularly with the Yankees, and they know they have a lot of several moves to make, or that they need to make to put themselves over the top. And we're not talking about, I'm not reaching panic mode now, but we pretty much can see that they don't have enough to beat the Houston Astros in the ALCS. So that is just something to acknowledge. And so they do need to make some moves. What type of moves? We'll see what happens. But anything that happens here, you know you're going to get it. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. I don't want you to miss anything. And I will be going live on trade deadline day for most of the day. So you'll get everything live time. So you can come on for as little as you like or as long as you like. I'll be on for like 5 or 6 hours straight. And to fill you in on everything that happens. And even for a little bit after, half an hour to an hour after the All-Star break. After the trade deadline actually happens, because those last-minute deals come filtering in over the next little while after that. So with that, let's get to the news. Oh, and by the way, I'm apparently not allowed to say MLB Hot Stove because it's apparently only for the off-season. I have to use something different. So I guess I missed the memo on that one, right? Or the conference call. But I'm going to give you the news regardless. So, one, roster news first. They returned J.P. Sears. Okay, he was the 27th man of the doubleheader yesterday. Additionally, they've transferred the rehab of Ron Marinaccio to Double-A. So he's a couple steps away from the majors, but at some point getting some more of these relief arms back. Maybe him. Hopefully he comes back strong from a dead arm. And Miguel Castro, hopefully these guys come back. And whatever they decide to do at the deadline, and I would still be going after a relief pitcher. And I talked about one early this morning. That's in the description down below that video. So if you haven't seen it, take a look at it. A new arm, too. A new guy. A new name. So with that, and then the other piece of news is they've also transferred the rehab of Ben Rortvedt, the catcher that they acquired in the Twins trade, to AAA. So he's one step away now. He got his knee scoped and whatnot. And my guess is he'll be part of the tandem between him and Jose Trevino next year, starting in 2023. But he's young. He's 24. Got tons of controllable years. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. And I wouldn't be surprised if they trade Kyle Higashioka at some point this offseason. But we'll see what happens. But it'll be nice to see what kind of what we have to deal with here. And he's a lefty hitting catcher too, so he's got some pop from that side. And he's an expert game caller and pitch framer, just like Trevino. So now let's get to the bigger news with the teeth. Juan Soto. The Yankees have officially submitted an offer today for Juan Soto. I don't know what the hell's in it. I'll try and find out. But and generally the Yankees don't do that unless they're serious. So the Yankees are in for Juan Soto. Now, I hope they have a plan B, and I hope they're working on plan B right now. One thing I cannot stress this enough, but Juan Soto does not solve their pitching problem. So no matter what they do, they still need a starting pitcher and a bullpen guy, a reliever. They still need him. Frontline starter to complement Garrett Cole. We absolutely need that. All right? And so I'm looking for us that they're going to go, if this actually happens with Soto, and they still, the reliever I mentioned earlier this morning, I talked about him, that's in the description below too, is from the Nationals, a new guy that we haven't talked about. So maybe they can package them together in a trade. And again, if you want some more Major League ready players, maybe the Yankees can see if they can move Andujar and Florial. They have lots of controllable years left, especially Florial, and give the Nationals some depth, along with the prospects and whatever else they're talking about, trading back and forth. That might help and give these guys an opportunity so that they're not frustrating each other and the fans as to why they're not being played here. So give them an opportunity elsewhere. If it makes it easier for the Yankees to get a guy like Soto, you do it. You know what I mean? So and again, if it means taking Florial and Andujar means the Yankees can keep Oswald Peraza, a top 3 prospect, yeah, you do that. Okay, it's just a thought. But that news that was a little bit more significant for me. The fact that they've submitted an offer officially, that's real. So have the Mets, the Dodgers, the Cardinals, and the Padres. 5 teams submitted offers today for Juan Soto to the Nationals. So now it's up to the negotiating game is who's got the strong offer and whatnot. Oh, I meant the Dodgers too. So I think that's 6 teams, 5 or 6 teams. And now it's go time, baby. Now it's go time. And now who knows what's in it? If I find out, you're going to know, obviously. I'll put it out here. But, that's the plan. And again, no matter what the Yankees do, they still need. And I know a lot of folks are in agreement to a degree, an outfielder, a starter, and a reliever. would be put the Yankees over the top, I think, in terms of putting them in a position to beat the Yankees. Now, this roster as it currently stands, I don't think it has enough firepower to beat the Astros. But that said, I mean, October Yankees could be different than August Yankees or July Yankees. We just don't know, But the Astros do have, what's his name, McCullers coming back, and they have a starter coming back, and they're getting healthy, and they've developed a lot of young kids. So they're going to get better one way or another. So the Yankees do have to fortify. And we talked about this numerous times, and but I wanted to get this news to you, and I'll obviously be back later on with the lineups and all that stuff. So you know what to do if you don't want to miss those things. But roster news, Juan Soto news, it's on, baby. Let's go.